Here we go, going in to the second game of the best of three. Vector Gaming versus Vector Gaming, both top 8 Masters players coming into this. freSh is up 1-0. Completely standard build coming out of the Terran. And we're going to see him spawn, very close by air positions. Again, he is going to be in the southern position. None other than Vector Gaming's own freSh. And right to his west is going to be Emphysema. So super close air position. The walk distance, not so much. So we're going to have to see what comes out of them again. But I'd imagine that we're not going to see too many differences between the two builds. And yeah, we just had a little discussion about the game before that, and it was pretty funny. So yeah, expect completely standard openings once again. I really don't expect to see any cheese whatsoever here. That would be totally uncharacteristic of these two players. And once again, we are going to have a little bit later scout from our Protoss. Going to scout after gate. And from our Terran, he's going to scout after barracks too. And once again, go check out that other cast. Who was it? I think it was Okram versus Shade, maybe? Yeah, I think that was it. So go check that one out. It's on our channel. Emphysema, once again, is going to be scouting the incorrect position first. Whereas freSh, I believe, is probably going to scout him first, going in that counterclockwise position, or clockwise rather. So, yep, standard gas coming out. I'd expect to see freSh's out any minute. Any minute. No, he's going to scout. And immediate orbital. So yeah, we're going to see a little bit of changing up here as there is no gas out yet for the Terran. So it'll be interesting to see what he goes into off that. He opened last time with that one Reaper and then switched those add-ons so he could have that tech lab out super quick. And okay, completely standard from our Protoss still. And freSh will get that scout off. And at the same time, the probe will be walking into his base, somehow living past his Marines, but he will get cleaned up super quick. But he served his purpose very well, because as the probe came in, he saw there was nothing here, and I believe he saw something here. So let's just get a quick read on that, if he saw that CC or not. Of course he did. He is Emphysema. And freSh is going to drop that quick bunker outside of his natural. Nothing strange going on in the Protoss's base as of yet. But he is going to push forward with that Zealot. And it looks like that he's going to put on a bit of pressure with this Zealot-Stalker combo as they are venturing out into the field. Either that or that Stalker's just going to hold that Xel'Naga. But yes, we do have that, that bunker up for freSh in just a moment. Going to be completely full. And that quick double gas coming out after. And I think we're going to see some big barracks play once again coming out of our Terran, because that is just so effective versus Protoss. And the third barracks is coming down right away. And I would not call it far-fetched to see a factory drop right when freSh. Yeah, looks like he ifed up to get it right here. But he does not have 100 gas yet. Gonna use that on some tech labs first. And we got a 3-gate coming out of Emphysema again. It looks like he did a 1-gate expand there, which he's going slightly more eco than the last time. And we're gonna have a 3-gate robo. He's gonna start it off with a 3-gate robo. freSh going into that 1-Rax gasless expo is going to have it up slightly sooner. And wow, look at the timings on this. It's a pretty even matchup here with both players. freSh is going to land that CC, and boom, Nexus instantly finished. So both players on par expansion wise. The difference here is freSh is gonna rally some SCVs. No, he's gonna take a minimal transfer of 6 SCVs, and Emphysema almost has double that on his transfer. So let's check out the income tab and see how that actually differs. See, we're almost tied up on harvesters right here. Terran obviously has those mules and is going to be a little bit higher, but there's really not that big of a difference. Checking out the supply tab, Terran is slightly ahead. He's going to have that mass production, so he's able to get those units out a bit more quickly, and he's going to have the lead in that. But we have this Immortal on the field, going to be followed up by a second. Is there an observer on the field right now? No, there is not. So we're just going to go into some hard Immortal production, and that natural is more saturated than the main at this point. Gonna check out, yes, wow, freSh still surprisingly ahead in the harvester count, just slightly though. And wow, no energy on these 2 CCs, and we got a slight amount of buildup coming on that natural expansion for Emphysema. Gonna be adding on that mass gateway play. Here we go, and it's going to be a total, okay, 6 gates coming out along with Immortal play, and we're gonna have High Templars. Oh no, we're gonna just go straight into Immortal 6 gate with legs, and look how fast that supply depot goes down to those 2 Immortals blasting away. And no more Immortals are being added to the composition as of yet. He's gonna have to pull a little bit of resources to get that 6 gate pumping, and freSh is gonna drop a precautionary missile turret. I don't know if he saw something fishy there, and he's expecting Void Rays. Wow, Void Rays, Dark Templar. But no, Emphysema is not going to actually go for the Dark Templar play, but he is going to get his Observer on the field now, dropping a pretty quick third, around right slightly after the 10-minute mark. And yes, gladly we don't see a repetition of the game, or round 1 game. We're going to have this factory. We'll be getting a complete scout on that Protoss, and there's absolutely nothing he can do about it. And legs are now done. Oh, done. And check this out. We saw the timing of the first expansion coming out for both players, but even more interesting, look at the scouting timing. We're gonna have this observer skirt around the edges of freSh's base, and at the same time we see this factory maybe gonna go in and get some scouting information pretty soon too. So both players having the wherewithal to try to start scouting, or at least get a little map presence, as freSh now has like the equivalent of like a sensor tower right here to check for like warp prism drops or whatnot, and he can send that factory in to get an absolute full scout at any time. 0 men, 0 gas from freSh, so not quite. I guess he's about to drop a command center. Yep, there it is. And the third for Emphysema is up and just being transferred to. And look at this timing by freSh. He's gonna push out. He's got a slightly bigger bigger supply right now, and he's gonna push out on that critical timing where my army is bigger because you just expanded. And is he going to do that little elevator move from game 1? There is an observer stuck on his army, so Emphysema knows where he is at all times. And he has a really awesome composition. I really like this here of Templar with Storm. And we have 3 Immortals in that army and Zealots with Charge. No upgrades as of yet, but on freSh's side we do have a 1-1. And freSh is going to go for the gold, going to knock down those rocks. Those are going to fall right as those Okay, well maybe they won't fall right as this command center finishes. He stopped attacking them. I don't know why, but could have been a slight misclick or whatever. I'm sure he'll catch it pretty soon. And yes, those rocks do fall pretty instantly to those Marauders' devastating attack power. And do we have any more? Oh wow, 2-2 is almost done for freSh, and that will, ladies and gentlemen, be the difference maker in this battle. Even though he has all kind of tech and the charge lots and the Templar, we're gonna see that 2-2, and that is gonna start gobbling up. Oh wow, the frontal portion of the Zealots, some clutch EMPs going off by the Ghost. That entire Protoss army is at half energy, and we got some nice split by the bio as they retreat further to their natural, and this Protoss army has absolutely nowhere to go but back home. And we're gonna have a lot of Templar there. I don't know if they have enough for Storm. Yes, a few. It looks like we're gonna get like 4 or 5 Storms out of there. They're splitting themselves up. The Ghosts are... We have 7 Ghosts on the field. Wow, really high number of Ghost production, and the supply is completely tipped into the Terran's favor. And here we go. We're gonna have a slight frontal engagement. I guess he's just trying to waste some Storms before he goes in for the kill. Few Ghosts rallied over here, not quite in the battle as of yet. That third has not been saturated or morphed to a planetary or an orbital yet, but the third for Emphysema is pumping. So we're gonna see a it looks like wow, still ahead on Harvesters is freSh, even though Emphysema has had these 3 bases out, finally getting that big transfer of SCVs onto the gold. And freSh is going to have absolute map dominance right now with this army. It's just so much higher of supply of an army for freSh at the moment. But yeah, maybe we'll see the difference of that Protoss early third kick in. But if he doesn't do something soon, this gold is going to kick in and completely negate that. And he's got the PF on the gold right now. Checking out the production tab, we do have personal cloaking going up for the Ghost. And I'm going to check these upgrades one more time for freSh. He's got the armory up, but 3-3 has not been researched as of yet. He's got a huge number of barracks up right now. And we have the capabilities for double medevac production, but I think more of that's going to go into Ghost as of right now. Still the same composition for Emphysema, except that he is getting some beefier Archons in the mix. And we have... I would have liked to see some more Immortal production coming out of there. But here we go. It looks like freSh is going to start pushing forward. No EMPs have been casted as of yet, but the Ghosts are in the front. Gonna get some great EMPs. Wow, getting every Zealot once again. Absolutely clutch EMPs. We're gonna have Storms going on the bio. Oh, doing a lot of damage with those Storms. That was some great Storms and great EMPs, and I'd expect nothing less from such good players out of these guys. Both players on 3 bases, and we're gonna have a... Oh, wow, this battle, even though freSh was so far up in supply, Emphysema will clean this army up. freSh is going to save some of those medevacs, but that one will fall to the devastating upward blast of the Archon. This guy's going to have to regenerate. He's just going to melt down pretty quickly. And Emphysema is going to remass at the center of the map. And what do we have going on for freSh? We're going to have freSh moving out with his 4th. So freSh will be up on bases. Emphysema has yet to take out these rocks. Oh, here we go. Taking a opting not to go for the gold. Emphysema, wow, is going to be expanding at the same time as freSh. So it's really nice to see all these guys on par. I don't know if they're going to break this PF. I think he's just going to lose some units. freSh could be in there any second. Oh my god, that PF's going to fall because of the surround by the charge lots and that massive damage by the Archons. And it looks like 2 of these Templar are going to escape. Clutch save, morphing it into an Archon right there. And wow, this game has kind of turned tides here. freSh is slightly up, but oh, with that warp in by Emphysema, he now takes the lead. freSh's 4th is going to be in, is going to not take precedence over that 3rd base, as it was a gold. So expect to see Emphysema slightly ahead. It's going to be all up to these ghosts on this next engagement, because Emphysema will surely be ahead, as he's now getting that huge probe transfer over to his 4th base. So as I predicted in the beginning of the game, we're going to see some awesome macro out of these players, and that we do. And oh, Emphysema throwing a curveball in there now with 4 Colossus on the field, and absolutely checking out the units tab. 0 Vikings for freSh, and I don't think he's scouted the addition of Colossus in Emphysema's army, but yes, this ghost will see that, and along with that scan, he's gonna get a few units with that EMP, as much as he possibly could with 1, so good EMP in there. And freSh is just gonna decide to go right back to his base, maybe to the safety of this planetary. Oh no planetary there. That was the orbital from freSh's main. He's gonna have to split out his units and get some clutch EMPs on here. Here we go. Here comes the what could be the final engagement of the map, and those zealots just doing so much damage. I like how freSh took both halves of his army and moved them back, and it's gonna be just Colossus versus Bio here. Emphysema up quite substantially in that supply, but he's actually gonna have to be forced back. Only 1 Colossus surviving that battle. Huge number of gateways on the field right now. Just got a massive surge of zealots out, but as we see from that snipe on the PF, which was a very ballsy move by Emphysema, the supply was in his favor. freSh just shot up a good bit after having a really good engagement on that army. And look, here we go. We have 2 full medevacs full of marauders in each one, and we're gonna see what kind of damage they can do. They're gonna just hang out in the middle, not quite going in yet. Maybe he's waiting for the Protoss to push out, but no, here we go. I'm gonna follow this drop here, as there are no other engagements going on in the map right now. Gonna get that pylon, and then he's gonna take out that Templar Archives, and he will take that down before any of this is here to stop him. Oh man, he should be going for that other forge though, because that one did not have a an upgrade researching at the moment. Gonna dance around, get another scout on this base. Gonna take out that pylon to halt that production slightly. Gonna, yeah, unpowering 4 whole gateways there. He's gonna have to wait till this pylon is up to get that full surge of warp-ins. And we do see a big Colossus play. Another 4 Colossus on the field. Maybe that's what he waits for. It's like his personal critical mass of Colossus. We actually have 5, but 1 is left behind. Protoss still on 4 bases. freSh adding this base to his composition. Here we go. Here's a big engagement. Vikings are now on the field. Those marauders are going to be kiting those zealots backwards, while those Vikings do some pretty good damage to that Colossus. And that Colossus is actually going to fall. Yes, that Colossus does fall. freSh is in a very bad position here, though, as we do have 5 Colossus, count them, 5 mammoth giraffes in the front of the line. freSh is really has no units out right now, so unless he pulls something out of his ass, he's gonna have to GG, and this series will be tied up at 1-1. So it looks like we might be seeing this game go the distance, as freSh has no main, no natural. He is only mining off of 2 bases, however, 1 being the gold. But here comes the big surge of stalkers. Emphysema just got a fresh warp in, and I don't see freSh being able to take it out. This is like a death ball and a half right here. Just a huge number of Colossus, and yeah, freSh is not going to be able to re-macro up enough army to stop this, and that's going to be a GG, as Emphysema is starting to take his 5th. And yes, GG from freSh. tying it up at 1-1. So an awesome macro game out of this two competitors right there. That was a really fun game to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will be seeing you just in one moment on the tie-breaking game